there for the Tom Coughlin J Fund.
Call 904-207-7070 now.
Thank you for your support.
Now, Lauren Brooks, Taylor Dahl, and Tom McManus. This is
Helmets and Heels.
Helmets and Heels on 1010XL.
All right, everybody, you've heard the other shows say to call now and to give, but we are demanding that you do that during our show from 2 to 4. We're too competitive to lose, so please call 904-207-7070. We will let you hear from some J-Fund families in just a little bit, and we want to share their stories, of course, and say thank you to the J-Fund for partnering with us year after year. This is the 18th annual, and we will share the stories of so many people, and we're excited to share our first amount. Laura Mullis, $1,010. Thank you, Laura. That is badass. That's
beautiful.
Right. Yeah, and so many people who volunteer for the J Fund, including my mom and some of her best friends. Yeah. We appreciate everyone who works at the J Fund, and sincerely we thank the families for coming in and talking to everyone about what they've been through.
Well, this is my first year of being a part of a show. Like I've always called in. It's great. Right. And I just got a pep talk from Kelly Coughlin out the hallway. And I felt like I was talking to Coach. She's like, listen, you better get it going, buddy. We're expecting big things out of you.
That's right. You got the Boston College and Jaguars connection.
No doubt. No doubt. Of course, many of you heard me talking about Jay McGillis, a former teammate of mine, friend of mine, year beneath me at BC, played strong safety for us, was a very good football player from Brockton, from a big family in Brockton, Irish family. They were all very close. He went home all the time. It was crazy, like because it's not that far, right? But he'd go home every weekend to see his high school girlfriend, and all his buddies would make fun of him and stuff. Like, but he would. He was just that good egg type of kid. And man, when he got sick, and then took him in 6 months. It was devastating for a lot of us. You know, for a lot of us being, let's see, he was only 21, so I was probably 21 as well. You know, not seeing a lot of death prior to that age. I saw maybe my grandmother died, but other than that, but somebody so young. So good, it just really affected a lot of us. And that next year, man, we every time we made a big play, we held up 3-1, and we ended up, got as high as 9th in the country. Ended up, I think, 21st. It was our biggest year for us fifth-year guys, and man, Jay would have been a big part of it. He was a big time player and just a great kid. So what Coach has done, and what the J Fund, I mean, what to us, being in that kind of that personal side. It's just so awesome. I mean, you just kind of think about it, and you're like, man, what an achievement, what a great thing to do for humankind. You think about Coach Coughlin, how tough he was, and he was, and I loved it, man. But that guy's always had a big heart. He's always cared about people, and he shows that you can be tough and caring at the same time, and those are two good qualities to have.
Yeah, I was thinking about it earlier, listening to some of the families talk about how even in some of the darkest moments of life, how light can be there. And I think the Tom Coughlin J Fund is the light. The Jacksonville community, I think, is the light on this day. Every single year they show up.
No doubt.
And we talk about Jacksonville's getting bigger. And so that number of kids getting diagnosed with cancer is getting bigger. And the money's getting bigger, showing up. And I just think that's huge. And it's something that everybody in the city should give themselves a round of applause for.
Yeah. Again, if you've said out loud to anyone over the last year, X is expensive, whether it's gas, whether it's groceries, whatever it is. If you say that is expensive, think about how that impacts these families. No one wants to be a J Fund family. It's not a club that you want to be a part of, but the J Fund steps in and helps these families in every way, shape, and form possible, financially, emotionally. We will certainly talk about it throughout the show. You can also text GOAL 44834, GOAL 44834. I can tell you, Brian called me this morning and said he is donating during our show. So thank you for donating.
Beautiful.
From him.
Is he T9 texting it, or is he going to call it?
No, that'll be a Venmo. That'll be a quick Venmo, and that may be from my phone. Consider, he still has that flip phone. The goal today is to raise $275,000. I hope we shatter that goal. No doubt. Last year's goal was $250,000. We got over that. And look, it's so important. The money stays here for these families. They will tell you, the J Fund people will tell you, they don't turn families away. No. This isn't something where someone comes to them and they say, look, I'm sorry, we can't help you today. They are going to find a way to pay mortgages, to pay car payments, car insurance, gas, groceries, and then they also do a lot of other things as well.
The emotional, mental side of things, all of that, which are things you don't really totally think about if you've never been in a situation close to that, of all of the other things that come along aside from financially that you don't think about. Just the rides to and from appointments, the light bill, those things are obviously important, but then having somebody to connect with and have your kids. Like a lot of these families have multiple kids, and they have to focus so much on their time on the kid that is, whatever they're going through at that period of time with their treatments. And then the other kids are like, want to have things to do and friends, and they do stuff like that. And not affect the whole lives as much as possible. Which
is how Coach Coughlin saw the McGillis family struggle. And just to go back, we talked about, I think about a week ago when Kelly was here, my linebacker teammate Mike Panos, he went to Coughlin. He said, because he was really tight with the McGillis family. He said, Coach, they're really hurting. Like they need help. They need a lot of help. So Mike organized a lift-a-thon, and we raised $50,000,
which is a ton.
It was, especially back then, and it just kind of sparked something. And Coach was like, man, we can really do something in honor of Jay, of his family, and the whole, the tagline is "Be there." It's so somebody can be there for that child that's going through those treatments, because if you're both working or one of you work, doesn't matter. You have to go and be with that child, and they're there for that support. They pay for your electric, they pay for groceries, they're there for emotional support. They have these events. They go to the Iceman game. They take your mind off things. They help the caregivers. I mean, they're such a wonderful organization, and like you said, it stays right here in Jacksonville. And let me tell you something. They run a tight ship. You know what I mean? Most of the monies, if not all, go right to the people. I mean, they gotta pay some people obviously to run the organization, but it's minimal, man. And it's all about the families. It's all about giving to the families in need.
Yeah, and I'm so thankful that we get to do this today, and we get to be a part of this organization that they spend tireless time, right? Like, we do it one day a year. The J Fund, every single day of the year, is there for these families. And amidst the worst possible news you will ever hear, that your child has cancer, and the J Fund is right there to step in. So certainly we'll talk about it throughout the show today. Did want to mention that the Jaguars signed Matt Dickerson to the active roster from the practice squad. We talked about that once we saw Austin Trammell was waived, and then they signed Austin Trammell to the practice squad. So thanks to NFL rules, you're able to elevate Dickerson those 3 times, and then you're able to then switch and put Trammell on the practice squad. So I wouldn't be surprised if Austin Trammell is active this coming Sunday against the Colts. He may be the punt returner once again, because I saw that Parker Washington did not practice today, at least according to the reporters that were at practice. The injury report hasn't been released yet.
Are they calling it a hip still?
Still,
as far as we know.
We won't know for sure what they say until the injury report.
He was fielding a punt, from what I remember, right? Because he kind of just crouched down in his stance. It was like, ow, or something, like something really. That's why I thought it was his oblique.
He stayed down a little bit longer, where you were like, oh,
like something was going on with that. Well, good. Listen, we're going to need Trammell in the punt return, and Dickerson shows he's pretty aggressive on that D-line. I mean, he's got some good hand movement with some pass rush, pretty physical at the point of attack. So I could see him getting more time. I could see Liam and Campanelli saying, hey, I want to see him a little bit more.
I think one underrated story is that the Prowlers are back on Sunday.
Prowler time.
All right.
The Jags, of course, announced it for the season. Every home game against a divisional opponent, the Prowlers will be on this team, and I love it.
I'm such a moron, because yesterday, I really, yesterday, I didn't realize this weekend's alumni weekend until our show yesterday. And Bees mentioned, I'm like, wait, it's what? Oh, wait, it is this weekend. I came home, I'm like, it's Legends weekend. I was like, you knucklehead, you didn't know that? I was like, I just forgot about it. But it's Legends weekend, and the Colts take down the Colts. Probably it's coming together, isn't it? Coming together, and we're going to raise a bunch of money today, so it's really going to come together, and we're going to celebrate on Sunday. Our Jags taking over the division solely in first place, baby. It's big.
It is big. You know who comes to town with the Indianapolis Colts? Their offensive coordinator, one Jim Bob Cooter.
Jim Bob.
That's right. Wow.
Former passing game coordinator here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
I love Jim Bob, actually.
Some people feel like he was a loss for us. Especially in the development of Trev. So. Yeah. Hey, man, good. He's doing what he's doing, but we're going to have to crush that offensive coordinator in his
Sorry,
offense.
Jim Bob.
Sorry, Jim Bob. You got to go, buddy. Sorry, man.
Hey, you know what? It is what it is.
I will say, because Liam Cohen was speaking to media a little while ago, and he mentioned the throwback. So his quote was, got the throwback unis back up. Great opportunity for our organization, for the city, for the fan base to come out and help support. And it is, they're pushing that, it's a playoff. Like, you are working to be in the postseason at this point in time. So it is huge. Yep. I think any divisional game, no matter what, is huge, but the stakes are just higher and higher now at this point. And I feel like if you believe the team, most of us are saying this team's improved improving and they should be in the playoffs, this is the weekend to prove that.
Yeah, and they're doing some good discounts, the team is, for people to buy tickets.
Get your tickets, Jaguars.com.
Yeah, not everybody can afford to go. They understand that, but a lot of people can. And listen, we've been dying for this kind of football team, right? We've been wanting this for so bad. This
Meaningful
kind of
December football.
Yeah, right. And a chance to go 9-4.
And there's something just so special. Tom, you know this. As a player, when you get to play in front of a packed stadium, a loud, angry, excited stadium, that when you're on defense, it is just so incredibly loud. And then the moment that they false start or there's a delay of game because of the crowd noise, the crowd gets even louder.
Oh, yeah.
Or late
it's
hits.
beautiful.
Yeah, I get goosebumps thinking about
A late hit. Is that what you
Late hit on the sideline.
I just let that
Tom is like, yes.
Little beef. Yeah, that's when we get all fired up.
Yeah, but it's going to be fun. So get your tickets. And of course, right now, call 904-207-7070 or text GOAL 44834. That is GOAL, GOAL, to 44834. We will welcome in our first J-Fun guest next. You're listening to Helmets and Heels on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Now, a 1010XL J-Fund Challenge match.
The Lewis family has supported the J-Fund for over 30 years, and their generosity continues now. If you give before 3 o'clock, your gift will be matched up to $6,000 by Mike, Jane, Michael, Emily, Tracy, Betsy, and Jennifer. Join the Lewis family to double your gift now. Call 904-207-7070.
Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Hacker here for the best weight loss program that I've ever been on. You know, I hear some of my friends telling me about this medication they're on or that medication they're on or this shot they're taking. And I stop them and say, well, wait a minute. I lost over 100 pounds doing it the all-natural way with Awaken 180 Weight Loss. There was no medications. There was no shot once a week. There was the coaching I received from Awaken 180. There's the plan they put me on, and you see the results. Over 100 pounds of weight loss in less than a calendar year. The coaching I got was phenomenal. Not only did it help me lose the weight, it's helping me keep the weight off now that I'm in the maintenance program. Awaken 180 is the best weight loss program I've ever been on, and I tried them all. Go to awaken180weightloss.com, awaken180weightloss.com, or call 844-346-1800.
This is Helmets and Heels.
Fought for you by Green Law Group on 1010XL.
Introducing the Jag Stack at Firehouse Subs. So bold, it's named after the home team. Stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, roast beef, provolone, fresh veggies, and the new Duval drizzle sauce. For a limited time at your local Firehouse Subs, there's only one hottest sub in Duval.
Hey folks, Frank Franzi here for Lee & Kate's Glass. Now with the holidays coming, it's time to update that dated-looking bathroom setup and give yourself the gift of a gorgeous new frameless shower with big, sexy glass you spend every morning and night in that bathroom. A new shower enclosure from Lee & Kate's Glass will look fantastic and make your bathroom feel like a luxurious spa. You'll love it. You deserve it. Request a free in-home consultation. Visit leeandkatesglass.com.
You're gonna see a big difference.
It's easy to be there for J-Fund families. Text GOAL to 44834 now.
If your ride is making strange noises, don't wait and make it worse. Come to Action Transmission on Merrill Road. My expert technicians can diagnose the problem and likely fix it fast. Experience the difference at Action Transmission on Merrill Road.
Running a small business is tough, so the Florida Small Business Development Center at UNF provides a free business checkup, a personalized analysis that helps you boost profits, your online presence, and increase your company's value. No cost, no strings attached. It's guidance from experts who understand what it takes to succeed in business. Whether you're just starting out or ready to expand, it's time to act. Complete a request for consulting at unf.edu/SBDC.
Have you or someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI and all criminal offenses. I've been named the best DUI attorney in the state, and David has been named the best criminal defense lawyer in Jacksonville. In your battle with the justice system, there is only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
Hey, it's Joe C. The chill is in the air and your backyard can still be the heart of the season. Gather your family around a beautiful outdoor fireplace from Isocurrent or Napoleon, expertly installed by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. From elegant stone fireplaces to wood-burning or gas fire pits, CSS creates cozy spaces where memories are made and where every night can feel like a celebration. You dream it, they can build it. Visit their showroom or online at cssfireplaces.com.
CSS.
Mike Dempsey for Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jacksonville Beach. If your roof's got any damage, if it leaks, if it's just old and ugly, call my friends at Apex Roofing. But Mike, roofs are so expensive. It's true, quality roofing is not cheap, but Apex Roofing has up to 100% financing available, so you don't have to compromise quality for budget. Apex Roofing, no shortcuts, no stress, just quality work with financing available. Reach for the peak with Apex Roofing and Contracting in Jacksonville Beach. ApexRoofingFL.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
I'm Tom Coughlin, founder of the J Fund Foundation, helping local families tackle childhood cancer since 1996. Every year I'm blown away by your generosity, and I'm asking for your help again. Call 904-207-7070 right now with your gift, 904-207-7070. And thank you.
Do what Coach said, and right now take advantage of the Lewis's Family's matching gift to double your gift now. And of course, 904-207-7070 is the number. Year in and year out. You can also text GOAL, GOAL, to 44834. We welcome in our first guest from the J Fund, Kim. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Of course. All right, I want to talk all about your daughter, Ava, when she was diagnosed, and then I'll let you take us through the rest.
Sure. So my daughter, Ava, was diagnosed in July of 2020. So right in the height of the global pandemic. She was 7 years old, battled for 2.5 years. She just had a very rare pediatric cancer and ended up passing away January 23rd of 2023. She was a December 7th baby, Pearl Harbor baby. So this Sunday is her birthday, and that's when she would have been turning 13. So
we're so sorry.
Thank you.
Those words don't really do anything, but we are so sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, no doubt.
Thank you so much.
You've known the J Fund for a long time. You've been with the PGA Tour for a long time, TPC down there, and
yes,
working there, and
so I've
been a big part of your life.
Been at TPC Sawgrass for over 13 years, and so the J Fund has been a client of mine, and I always thought their mission was so special and very important, but it really became personal for us in 2020, and during that global pandemic, we couldn't host events. You couldn't have in-person gatherings. So what they were able to pull off virtually was incredibly special.
Absolutely.
What were some of those things they were able to do? Because we hear a lot of the stories of things they do before, during, after, and for you, it is a very unique situation being diagnosed during that time, as Ava was.
Yes. So we, I remember they had a virtual trivia. And so there was a welcome by Dr. Jill Biden and Imagine Dragons.
Oh, wow.
Was doing the trivia, which was one of our, is one of our favorite artists. So that was
how perfect.
Very special. As I remember one time, they would deliver these kits and there was a pickle making class. So we were on the air with, I can't remember his name, but it was a football player.
Okay.
And just the care packages that they would send. I've got plenty of pictures of Ava with the care packages she would receive. It would always put a smile on her face. And as a parent, that just means the world to you. So
no doubt about that.
When it comes to the gala, you mentioned that Ava got to be a part of that a few years ago.
Yes, so she was a special guest in May of 2021, and because we were still in pandemic mode, I remember that was when we hosted the event outdoors, and she was a special guest, and just loved being there, rocking her bald head.
Absolutely.
And it was just very special to be a part of that. And, you know, I've seen it on the business side before, but to get that vantage point as a parent, everything just becomes more special.
Okay, so when Ava gets diagnosed, you contacted J Fund. That, because people listening right now that may have been through it, or or something's happening in their life right now, I know they help financially. They come in and help, but the emotional support, the mental, getting you together with people that have been through the same kind of thing. Talk about that, if you would.
Absolutely. The emotional support and, thankfully, my husband and I have great employers who are very flexible with our schedules. So while we didn't need the financial support, they were certainly there for us emotionally. We made great memories together. They held events at the zoo, again, outdoor venue, still wearing masks, but getting to connect with other families.
It was a remembrance weekend, right?
The Remembrance Weekend. So, yes, we attended that in June of 2024.
Okay.
And, oh, gosh, I have to say, my husband and I were very blessed with a great support system. Shout out to our Outlast crew, our group of friends that are near and dear to our heart. And they've always been there for us. But the Remembrance Weekend, to be in a place with other families that have lost children specifically to cancer, was an emotionally exhausting experience, but we left and just felt like our cup was full. I remember the first night they had an icebreaker, and we didn't know anybody there, and they played minute to win it games. So that was just a fun environment to have an icebreaker and meet other families. And then the next day, we had a general session with a great speaker, and just learning about coping techniques and sharing your grief. And then they broke up into breakout sessions. So I think there were 2 sessions for the moms, a session for the dads, and the siblings. The kids had their own session. But I remember sitting there, and they asked to go around the room, tell your story, talk about your child. And I remember just breaking down and sobbing, and was so emotional, but it was such a safe space for these people that I just met the day prior, and here I am pouring out my heart and soul because they have walked that same path. And they knew, and it was refreshing to see people that are further down in their journey. And just knowing that there is hope, that it's not going to feel so raw and awful forever. So that was...
that moment was very sad, but beautiful at the same time. You get to let it all out, and you knew that they knew exactly what you were going through.
Yes.
And there's no shame in crying. That's what I always
Oh,
tell
no.
people.
I'm a professional crier. I do some of my best crying in the shower. So
That's right. Let it out.
Let me ask you, because the remembrance, the remembering part of things, and Tom Coughlin started this because of Jay McGillis, obviously, who Tommy played with at Boston College, and they're all familiar. Everybody has their memories. For you, for us, how would you like us to remember Ava, the things she cherished, the things she loved?
Oh, gosh. She was a claw machine master.
Oh, okay.
She loved watching movies. She loved our Disney trips. She loved Cobra Kai. She loved the show Cobra Kai.
I like the princess and that. I like both sides of that.
Everything. She loved the show Friends.
Oh.
Okay.
And so we would watch Friends. Every episode we've seen numerous times, and it would just always make us laugh. But she loved animals. She was a voracious eater. She could eat more than Kevin and I combined. She had an incredibly sophisticated palate. I'd say at 2 years old, she was eating clams and mussels and oysters, and she had her pickiest friends. You know, they only like certain things, but she got them to eat calamari and shrimp. And so
What a girl.
if Ava was eating it, her friends were going to try it.
Born leader.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she truly
An eater.
was.
Sounds like a
yes.
great
Natural born leader and eater.
Sounds like a great friend too.
Yes.
honestly.
Yeah, and I think that's probably also so difficult too, is watching her friends go through that journey with her, and them probably not really understanding everything that's going on with their dear friend.
No, they but her friends were amazing.
Good.
I remember when Ava lost her hair, and she was telling her friends all about it, and she gets to wear wigs and she gets to wear that, which, you know, honestly, she only wore a wig maybe once or twice. She loved to rock her bald head. But her incredible friends, when they saw her, she was still Ava. She just didn't have hair, you know, and she was still that sweet, tender-hearted girl that everybody loved.
Kim, what would you say to our listeners that are listening now? If they haven't donated already, what would you say to them? If you could?
Gosh. Every dollar counts. Just thinking about what we went through and knowing that difficult journey from diagnosis through treatment and hopefully, you know, better outcomes, it is going to make a difference. It's going to make a difference for those families, whether they need the financial support, the emotional support, whatever they need. You know, the J Fund is there, and they're going to step up, and I promise you, your donations are going to make a difference in these families' lives that are just walking this unimaginable path.
Guys, we just put it together. All came full circle. Think about it. Sunday is alumni weekend, Prowler weekend, going for first place, and Ava's birthday. Are you kidding me? We're going to kill the Colts. It's over, man. We're winning the division this Sunday, and Ava's going to help us to get there, man. That's fantastic. Well, God bless you, Kim. We have no idea what you've been through, and we just thank you for your courage and bravery to come out here and tell your story, man. It means a lot.
Thanks so much
to all of us
for having me.
Yeah,
thank
great
you.
Job.
I feel like we kind of got to know a little piece of Ava today.
Awesome.
So thank you for sharing with us.
Yeah, that's
Thank
right.
you.
You think the Jags are winning Sunday? Can we get into some football?
Absolutely.
Yes, there
Absolutely.
we go. Love the confidence.
There we go.
That's right. Tom, tell them the number to call and what to text. I'm just going to
absolutely. All right. Call right now, 904-207-7070, or text GOAL, GOAL, to 44834 to make your donation right now, and we appreciate it. We'll be right back here on Helmets and Heels on 92.5 FM.
Helmets and Heels.
From the Greenlaw Group Studios. Now, a 1010XL J-Fund Challenge match.
The Lewis family has supported the J-Fund for over 30 years, and their generosity continues now. If you give before 3 o'clock, your gift will be matched up to $6,000 by Mike, Jane, Michael, Emily, Tracy, Betsy, and Jennifer. Join the Lewis family to double your gift now. Call 904-207-7070.
Denise is a Pilates instructor and a small business owner who built her own studio, so I guess that means she's kind of a real estate mogul too.
And don't forget, a mom as well.
And that community first, we get that, and we get you. We're here to help you live your best life by providing the financial services you need with low fees, convenience, and local decision making.
So just be yourself.
At Community First and on the go. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Insured by NCUA.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple years ago. Went smooth as silk, was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Our son Eric's a Division I collegiate baseball pitcher who is having shoulder pain. We took him to Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and are confident that he's now on the road to recovery. This is Beth Anderson, and we love the care Eric receives at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
It's your boy, Big Sirs, All-Pro lineman and lemon pepper guy. Nothing screams game day like Wingstop. But get this, every Saturday and Sunday this football season, score big with Wingstop specials. Order a 15-piece wing pack online at wingstop.com or Wingstop app using promo code JAX10 and get $10 off. That's right, carry out or delivery. It's your call. Use online promo code JAX10 for $10 off at 50-piece wing pack. Fire up your game day order this weekend with Wingstop.
Now is a great time to be there for J-Fund families. Text the word GOAL to 44834.
Hey, life can get a little hectic at times, and no one has time to get hurt, lost wages, injuries that not only hurt, but ones that hinder our success. If you're in this position due to the negligence of another, you deserve to be paid. What's up, Jayville? This is Tom McManus. Injuries suck, and I know it. And if you get injured out there, check out Morgan & Morgan. They're the largest personal injury law firm in the country. 100 offices, over 1,000 lawyers with enough firepower to handle any and all personal injury cases that you may be dealing with. And they make filing a claim easy and don't get paid unless you do. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Visit forthepeople.com or hit Pound Law from your cell. Pound Law, that's all.
Jeff Lagerman for Napa Auto Care Centers. This football season, make sure your ride can get to that tailgate or travel to the away game safely and dependably. You can trust the ASE certified professionals at any one of the 29 independently owned Napa Auto Care Centers and the quality Napa parts they use. Napa Auto Care Centers can handle everything: oil changes, air conditioning, brakes, engines, transmissions. Napa Auto Care Centers offers a nationwide 24-month, 24,000-mile peace of mind warranty on most repairs. Find one near you at jacksnapaautocare.group.com.
Are you searching for a career in the HVAC industry? Florida Home AC is looking for an A-team. Full-time positions for qualified individuals to train for HVAC service technicians, install mechanics, and sales consultants. Just log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and click on careers to find out more. We're talking great compensation, a 5-day work week, no downtime in the off-season, and a company-provided vehicle. Check it all out at FloridaHomeAC.com/career. That's FloridaHomeAC.com/career. Equal opportunity employer.
Need some extra cash for the holidays? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach is always looking to buy guns, guitars, surfboards, tools, and you know it, gold. Get cash today at Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here. You've heard me talking about Pella Windows and Doors. With great ratings and expert reviews, you know they're high quality and energy efficient products. So what's your next step? Schedule a free consultation at PellaJax.com or just stop by the Pella showroom on Phillips Highway. Their professional design consultants will guide you through your entire project from start to finish. And that's the quality and service you can expect from Pella Windows and Doors.
1010XL's early high school signing period coverage is lit up by Flame Broiler and Baker Glass.
You got scholarship offers from Auburn and Florida.
Listen all day as our star high school athletes reveal where they plan to play their college ball. 1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
I'm Mark Brunell, and I have seen the impact the J-Fund has made on families tackling childhood cancer. Give now and be there for the Tom Coughlin J-Fund.
Call 207-7070.
Thank you for your support.
Once again, take advantage of the Lewis's Family matching gift. We thank you so much, Lewis Family. Double your gift now. Call 904-207-7070 or text GOAL, that's GOAL, 44834. We so appreciate Kim for coming in and sharing the story of her daughter, Ava. And I can't tell you how difficult it is for people to not just talk on air about these things, but for someone who's lost their child to cancer. And I think that's such a testimony to the J-Fund that she doesn't have Ava anymore. She and her husband don't have Ava with them anymore. And yet she still wanted to come in and share her story and how wonderful the J-Fund was. And she didn't need the financial support. She needed the emotional support.
You know, the J-Fund becomes their family.
Absolutely.
And that's why it's beautiful. You know,
really is.
And it lasts forever. The relationship will last for a lifetime. That's how special it is.
For sure. All right. We also want to thank Edward Butner. He donated $1,010. That's right, $1,010.
Nice.
Good job, RJ. And he's going to enjoy a watch party with Leon. So there you go, Edward. Great job there. And again, we can tell you to call, but I think Kim said it the best as to the reason to call.
Yeah, no doubt. So much help for the families. And listen, we're winning Sunday. I mean, it's Ava's birthday.
I love it.
Seriously, that just came together like, holy cow, like we're sitting here. Yeah, I love when those things happen. You just never know when they're going to happen when you do shows like this. And yeah, listen, it's an emotional time. It is. I mean, you think about what these families go through, not just the parents, the siblings, the cousins, the friends. You know, like you said, they don't always know what's going on. Grandparents. I mean, it does. We have a couple families that are part of the J Fund, and they're going through it at Nancy Dance Studios. And we had a fundraiser and a blood drive, and you love the families, and the kids they're just living, trying to get through it, trying to make it to the other side of those treatments, and that's where the J Fund comes in. It comes in to assist all that, so you can, and whether you need the financial support or not, you still need the J Fund, because they will give you that. When Kim talked about being able to let her emotions out, I was like, sad, but man, how powerful that must have felt in front of all these people that probably did the exact same thing that you did, and it's beautiful in its own sense. Maybe beautiful is not the word. You know what I mean? A time of sadness, but powerful maybe. And that's what the J Fund does, man. Look, a lot of families need help financially when this happens. There's no doubt. A ton of them do. And the J Fund provides that financial support. We've talked about it. Rent, mortgage, electric, water, gift cards for food, gift cards for Christmas, whatever. They're there for you. But then they're also there for all the other stuff that money can't buy. It just can't. It's that people to people, that person to person contact that have gone through similar things, and that's what's probably, like I said, you become part of the family. You become a part of Coach Coughlin's family, and it's a massive family, and you'll always be a part of it. Whether you lose your child or your child makes it, a full recovery, you'll always be a part of the J Fund, and that's how they want it built, and that's how they've been building it, and that's how they're going to keep it growing, because it is that type of thing. And it's really great.
I remember years ago, we had our good friend Marissa come in, and she talked about how she was diagnosed when she was in high school with cancer.
Yeah.
And now she's married with kids. Yeah. And so yes, some people get those survival stories that are so amazing, and they feel so blessed, and yet other families have walked through this and they don't get to have those survival stories.
Yeah.
But yet the J Fund is still there for them, and that's what I think we want to make sure that people understand. It isn't just money. Money is very important, but you're also going to be able to have this husband and wife who will never get their child back, and yet they are able to have some sort of comfort.
Yeah, and you know what too is Jay was that way.
Yeah.
He was a year beneath me, so we were friends, but his close buddies like Mike Panos, who I mentioned, the guys, they lived right below us. I mean, he was like that. He was just always there. A good friend, good guy to talk to, good guy can I tell a quick story?
Go for it.
All right, so this is pre-Coughlin, and I'm bouncing at this bar called Play It Again Sam's, and it was it was in Brighton. So BC is, on the outside of the city, but just at the line, then Brookline and Brighton. So Brighton is filled with a bunch of townies. So half the time I had to talk to townies, out of beating up the BC kids. I'm like, you're gonna kill them. These kids, they're like rich, nerdy kids. You're gonna beat them up. It's not even worth your time. You know what I mean? And you had to dissolve a lot of stuff, and they'd be like, okay, yeah, maybe you're right. I'm like, yeah, come on, we don't want to. And we had a crew. We had 8 deep of bouncers, and we had to, we had a couple fisticuffs. But anyway, that's not what I'm telling the story. So one night.
That's not what I'm trying to
packed,
say.
and a lot of my BC teammates are in there. Okay, and this is pre-Coughlin. He shut it down once he got there. We couldn't do it.
Shocking.
Yeah, no kidding. And there was these 3 brothers from Brighton, and I got to be friends with them, but they were always getting in fights. They were big Irish, 6'4", massive hands, just always a problem. But they were always cool to me. I could always get them to, hey man, just quit beating the kid up. Leave him alone. You got to go away for a little bit. They would anyway. So one night. We're in there, and somebody comes up to me. He's like, somebody punched Jay McGillis. I'm like, what? I'm like, Jay doesn't go out? What are you talking about? Jay's not here. Yeah, he's downstairs. So I go downstairs, and he's surrounded by, a few guys, and he's got blood trickling from his nose. And I'm like, what happened? And he's like, that guy over there, he hit me, and I turn around, it's one of the brothers, so those big.
Oh, no.
We went at it, man. It was a big brawl. But anyway, I don't want to talk about that. It was just the mere fact that Jay was even there. And I was shocked. I'm like, what are you doing here? You don't go out? He goes, this is why I don't go out.
Yeah,
I'm like, good idea. But he was a kid that you would never expect to be in that at all. And then we were, I was like a big brother. I was like, oh, someone hit you? Well, then we're going to have to go hit them, I guess, and figure this whole thing out. But that was an interesting night. Cops came and everything. But nonetheless, I didn't get arrested, so that was a good thing. Now, when Coughlin came, he shut no more bouncing. There was no more bouncing. And for the record, bouncing was good for football. Mm-hmm. You have to be instinctive. It's good for life lessons because you're not always fighting.
Yeah.
You have to sometimes, but the majority of the time you're dissolving.
Yeah.
you're learning how to deal with fans. I always loved that kind of job. But he came in, he's like, nah, no more. And by the way, you can't go here, and there.
Yeah.
We're like, what?
Where
We're not
do
going
we
to do
go?
anything. He's like, that's right. You're not going to do anything. You're going to go to school and play football. And that was it. Yeah.
Well, time now for a different Tom's takeaways.
Now,
Okay, it's go time.
Tommy's Takeaways. Jacked up by J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling. Call 506-1256 for your free estimate today. We are here for you. Veteran owned and operated.
Speaking of jacked up.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tone it down a little for this takeaway because obviously it's a very emotional day here at 1010XL and, of course, in Jacksonville with the Tom Coughlin J Fund Radiothon. You know, I think when you think about things in your life, we all have something going on that we probably wish wasn't going on, whether it's a health thing, a financial thing, a loss of a friend, a family member, what have you. You know, we get so caught up in life, working, making money, you know, advancing. You got to stop and smell the roses. I've always been this way, but since I've gotten older, like, I'm living it to the fullest. Like, I'm going to die one day. I know I'm not living to 100, you know, so 50, I'm 55, so I'm over the hill. I'm going downhill somewhere. I don't know how fast yet, but I'm going downhill. So, you know, my takeaway today is that life can get crazy at times, but sit back. You got blessings all around you. Smell the roses. Enjoy life. Start a rock band at age 50. Who cares?
Let's go.
Whatever you want to do it, because one day your time will be up, and you don't ever want to live with any kind of regret. So my takeaway today is just live life to the fullest, man. You never know what's going to happen around the corner. And I will leave you with this, because I used to say this all the time on my old radio show. Hug the ones you love. Tell them you love them every chance you get, because you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. And that's my takeaway today. Brought to you by good friends at J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling.
Are you leaving? You said you're going to leave us with that?
Nobody. Thanks for not interrupting. That was
yesterday
nice.
we took over the
Jeez.
whole takeaway.
Mention anything.
Yesterday, once you brought up college football.
Headbutts.
In my defense, you've taken my tangent over before, too. So that was revenge.
We're really airing some grievances
Very good.
today on this.
Very good. By the way, it was McElwain I was trying to think of. It wasn't Muschamp. I was thinking, I forgot he was even there.
Muschamp, McElwain,
And
Mullen,
then Mullen.
Napier.
Yeah.
What happened to Mullen? Remind me. Because he had a couple good years.
He had a great year in 2020. He had
and then
Kyle Trask, Kyle
what
Pitts.
happened to him? Like, why?
So
Kyle
Gator
Trask
Nation,
left.
Yeah. Gator Nation believes that he stopped recruiting, that he just kind of checked out, that he was interested in getting an NFL job.
Okay.
And so therefore he didn't think he needed to recruit as
Gotcha.
much. And then he didn't get the NFL job, and the recruits weren't as
Coming in
excited
the way
to
that-
come
yeah.
Gotcha.
at that point in time.
Okay.
But there are definitely Gator fans that believe that Dan Mullen would be fantastic at Florida again. With
really?
the NIL and transfer portal, the way that it is, you don't have to spend all your time recruiting.
Recruiting,
obviously.
right.
Recruiting's still important. And by the way, today's National Signing Day.
Yeah.
Probably the least talked about National Signing Day in the history of National Signing Days.
yeah.
I mean, shout out to all the kids
Yeah.
that are going to play collegiate
No
sports.
doubt. It's a
By all
wonderful
means,
day.
I just mean in terms of college football. The world used to revolve
Around
around
this day, yeah.
National Signing Day, and now it's just a footnote.
Yeah, we have several in town that have committed to bigger Miami's, Florida State's, Clemson's, Ohio State's. We'll be posting those throughout the day, so still keep a lookout, because for some kids this is still a very cool day, and I don't want to completely take that away, because they're picking something in there that's changing their lives at
No
this
doubt.
point and going to school and kind of accomplishing a dream at this point. But I did want to remind people too, Lauren, to take advantage. We have a little over 15 minutes left to take advantage of the Lewis family's matching gift to double your gift. So call 904-207-7070 and they will match all gifts up until 3 o'clock.
And we're sitting right now at around 193,000 total for the radio station. We gotta kick it into higher gear though.
Come on.
We gotta raise $275,000 today. So we need you to call 904-207-7070 or text GOAL 44834. Taylor's Tangent is next. We'll see if Tom interrupts her. You're listening to
Not
Helmets,
this time.
listening to Helmets and Heels on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Now, a 1010XL J Fund Challenge match.
The Lewis family has supported the J Fund for over 30 years, and their generosity continues now. If you give before 3 o'clock, your gift will be matched up to $6,000 by Mike, Jane, Michael, Emily, Tracy, Betsy, and Jennifer. Join the Lewis family to double your gift now. Call 904-207-7070.
Rick Ballou here with a congratulations for John's Auto. They've been in business in Jacksonville for 40 years. That's right, going all the way back to 1985. Right now, they'd like to thank each and every one of you who's ever gotten their vehicle serviced at John's Auto. So, car, truck, or diesel, all makes, all models, whether it's a routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul, go to John's Auto on Arlington Road, JohnAutomotiveJacks.com.
From the Green Law Group Studio.
Helmets and heels.
When the unexpected happens, you shouldn't have to face it alone. I'm Chris Campione, and at Campione Law, we're here to fight for you. Whether it's an auto accident or a slip and fall, our Jacksonville team takes care of every detail, from investigating the incident to securing multi-million-dollar verdicts, so you can focus on getting better. And remember, you don't pay a dime unless we win your case. Our commitment is 24/7, bringing you the real support from real people who really care. Campione Law, your dedicated partners in justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione. Campione Law.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On December 3rd, 1950, the Browns beat the Eagles 13-7 in the final NFL game where not a single pass was completed.
Here's hoping for a Raise the Roof football season. And here's knowing Next Gen Roofing is up for any job. Game day or storm season, you need a team you can trust. And you know what? You don't need a glitzy roofing company. No shortcuts, no gimmicks, no nonsense. Solid roofs at competitive prices and a commitment to the First Coast community. Right now, save up to $300 on your next roof replacement. When you need a roof, you need Next Gen Roofing. Team with you, it's a win every time.
Ah, family's here. Ready for a perfect holiday?
Honey, the toilet's overflowing.
What? Now? With everyone here?
The sink's backed up too. Cool, it's like a water park in here.
Great! Best holiday ever.
Don't panic. Just call Duck Duck Rooter. They'll fix it before we're swimming in mashed potatoes.
Got a holiday plumbing disaster? Call Duck Duck Rooter, your local plumbing pros. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Make your difference now. Text the word GOAL to 44834.
Hey guys, Taylor Doll here of Helmets and Heels. The Chick-fil-A Peppermint Chip Milkshake is a holiday tradition that's back for another season. Hand-spun the old-fashioned way, this festive peppermint-flavored milkshake is made with Chick-fil-A ice cream dessert and features chips of crunchy peppermint bark. It's minty, merry, and topped with whipped cream and cherry. When served in stores, order in the Chick-fil-A app today.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you become more active, reach your weight loss goals, and find your inner strength. Membership at the Y includes state-of-the-art facilities, a huge variety of fitness classes, and programs for all ages. It's easy to join the Y since it's affordable for all incomes. The Y is a great place to make connections and experience something new. Visit the YMCA near you or online at fcymca.org.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, it's Rick Ballou. I just upgraded my home with fantastic floors, and the experience was incredible. Rusty and the team brought the showroom to me with their at-home consultation. The whole process was simple, the installation was top-notch, and the results, absolutely fantastic. Take it from me. Don't wait. Visit fanfloors.com and schedule your at-home consultation today. Fantastic Floors, where every step is fantastic.
This holiday season, sending a floral arrangement from Kuhn Flowers is a classy move no matter who it's for. This is Dylan Denmark. Kuhn Flowers is the most respected name in the floral business. Find out why when you go to kuhnflowers.com and order an arrangement today.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Hi, I'm Chris Berman of ESPN, and I choose to be there for the Tom Coughlin J Fund because cancer affects everybody, it affects every family, and if we can help not only the patients, but in this case, their loved ones who are caregivers, just live the right way, well, then we're doing a hell of a thing.
Call 207-7070 now.
Yes, so she was a special guest in May of 2021, and because we were still in pandemic mode, I remember that was when we hosted the event outdoors, and she was a special guest and just loved being there, rocking her bald head. And it was just very special to be a part of that. And I've seen it on the business side before, but to get that vantage point as a parent, everything just becomes more special.
Thanks again to Kim for coming in and sharing so much about sweet daughter Ava, who passed away a couple years ago after a battle with cancer. You can call 904-207-7070 or text GOAL to 44834 and keep those donations coming in. In the first 45 minutes, we have raised over $4,000 on our show, so keep them coming. Yes, we so appreciate this community. You said it great earlier, Taylor, that this community will rally for one another. And there is one thing that I can tell you for sure. The J Fund is going to be there for every single family who needs them. We know it's about 115 families that are diagnosed, and it's not just the kids. The entire family gets that diagnosis and has to walk through those shoes with their child that is going to be battling the cancer, and you don't know how long it's going to take for them to get through it. This isn't a cut and dry kind of thing. Like, here's your 3-month plan, and now you're good to go.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. Nope. For some kids, it's going to be over a year of treatment.
Years.
And
even.
For some kids, yes, it can be years of treatment, and not every story ends with that great ringing of the bell when it comes to the remission for cancer. But certainly we hope and pray that a cure for cancer comes someday soon, and the J Fund can just be there for other needs.
Yeah, and listen, we're competitive, so we'd like you to donate during our show if you can. And if you can't, we hope you donate at some point during the day. And if you have already donated, we thank you for that donation.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely incredible. I know this, being here 30 years in Jacksonville always steps up and helps people of all types of causes, whatever it may be, charity events, whatever, that always well represented by the people of Jacksonville. That's why a lot of people stay here.
100%. People who had never been here before end up staying here for years.
Ask the 100 Jaguar players that make it their home. You know, it's not just the weather. It's not just because we played here. It's because the people. And it's a wonderful place to raise your family, without question.
Yeah, very well said. All right, time now for Taylor's Tangent.
Now, Taylor's Tangent, served up by Chick-fil-A on 1010XL.
I'm going to flip over to college football for a little bit. We saw the college football playoff rankings come out last night. There's all sorts of. I knew there's going to be chaos. I remember the conversation before.
Controversy,
it was like, well,
chaos.
once there was 12, it won't be such a problem.
Right.
Once there's 16, no, we're still going to have problems. It is what it is. And partially, I think it's preseason rankings is a large part because all of these people judge things so heavily into what a team was supposed to be coming into the season. There's a lot of other factors into this. There's not an easy, clear-cut way to say who are the best teams because no person can watch every single college football game throughout a season. So you're taking analytics and you're watching pieces of games and watching probably full games of others, and you're leaning on the SEC and the Big Ten because that's what everyone tells you need to do. And so there's a lot of factors into this. But I feel like the committee has just screwed themselves either way of what happens in this year because of a couple factors. Number one, I think the Alabama, Miami, Notre Dame conversation is probably the biggest one in this. And because a lot of people are saying, either way, it's a lose-lose situation. Because if they put Notre Dame in over Miami, the conversation is going to be that Miami beat Notre Dame. And why did that head-to-head matchup not count? If Miami goes in over Notre Dame, they're going to have to explain why they flipped two teams because Miami was ranked lower than Notre Dame. Why they flipped two teams on a bye after one of those teams was ranked higher for an entire month. And then, on top of that, Notre Dame actually, their strength of schedule could improve because Boise State plays for the Mountain West Conference. Miami's, none of their opponents matter whatsoever of what's happening this weekend. So either way, there's going to be an issue with that because there's going to be a complaint if they put one of those over the other. And then the Alabama situation is a whole other thing. And I think you could argue that the problem was that for weeks they didn't have Miami higher in the first place. But yet again, you had Miami ranked lower, and you're going to flip it and during this week. And the reason you flip it is when a team double-digit wins when you're talking about Miami and Notre Dame beats their opponent by double-digit, and you barely beat Auburn, and the reasoning was because they had a really good fourth down gutsy call, and that was his reasoning. That was the committee, the chairman's reasoning for moving them ahead. So it just doesn't seem like they have a set, and I'm not surprised, but it doesn't seem like they have a set system of what exactly is going to be the reasoning for putting someone up. And they've pretty much straight out said that, yes, Miami also could move above Notre Dame this weekend, even though neither of them are playing, and nothing really is going on in those worlds of what changes. So
that's a big problem, by the way, the conference championships.
Yeah. Those don't matter anymore.
If you're Alabama, you don't even want to play in the conference championship because that could be another loss. Notre Dame doesn't even have a conference championship. Tom, you're allowed to speak.
Can I speak? No, I'm just kidding.
And then the same, that's been the argument for.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Take it away, Taylor. Take it away.
That's been the argument even before, though, with the conference championships games. And people would say, well, that's not fair. Notre Dame doesn't have one because they don't have to worry about losing. But also Notre Dame never had the chance to win one and get in either. So there has been, it's hurt them at times and it's benefited them at times. But in this sense, I don't understand how you could right now rank teams and then change it next week when those teams aren't playing a football game this weekend.
Yeah, I don't understand why the conference games don't count. And it doesn't matter when you lose. I mean, if you lose early and you finish strong, like Notre Dame, and I'm not advocating for Notre Dame. Part of the problem is they don't have a champion. If you're not going to count the championships, AY playing, but I think you should count them because it is another game. But everybody it all should be the same. And until you get to that, I don't know how you even do it. I don't like the intricate. I was reading some. I had to stop reading because it pissed me off so much. Talking about, well, this team did really good at Auburn in the first half, but they didn't do this good in the second half. And this other team did. I'm like, why? It's not that intricate, right?
Just have Notre Dame.
Why does it have to be so
play in the ACC championship? They don't necessarily have to join the ACC, but play enough ACC teams in the regular season. You can keep your independent status,
qualify for
and
that
then qualify for the ACC championship. Because then that solves this issue with Notre Dame would have another game to play. The ACC would actually get a team in potentially. Because if Duke wins the ACC,
in 2020 when they were in the ACC, they did make the ACC championship, by the way, and lost to Trevor Lawrence and Clemson.
Right.
You guys probably know this better. I know you do, but I read today where if BYU beats Texas Tech is still in. And if Texas Tech beats BYU's out. You're losing at the end of the year, and they are ranked lower than you. Yeah. That game should matter. That's what they all should be the same. They all should have a conference championship where it really matters in the ranking, and then after you play that conference championship, we re-rank you, and then we figure it out from there.
I also like how
it's got to be so difficult.
In basketball, you have the SEC-ACC challenge, and then at the end of it, you can tell which conference is better, at least in December, when they're doing it.
Sure.
Last year, the SEC was better than the ACC. This year, the ACC is better than the SEC. Well, at the end of the year, you should look back. The committee should look back, and it's easier, obviously, with 68 teams, but you should look back and see which conference ended up being better. Well, if we had more of that cross-pollination, but now nobody wants to schedule hard non-conference games because they're not getting rewarded.
No, right.
Which that system is super messed up.
Yeah, I jokingly told JJ over the weekend, I was like, let Miami and Notre Dame play this weekend and then say whoever wins gets to go in.
Yeah, the B.
And we'd win, by the way.
The B game.
Here we go.
The ACC Championship A game, Virginia Duke, and the B game, Notre Dame Miami, for crying out loud. All right,
I wonder which would get more views.
Seriously, we've got lunch to give away, so let's do it.
We do. Free lunch to Chick-fil-A. Give us a call at 641-1010, and you get free lunch to Chick-fil-A. Let's say caller number 2.
All right. Lauren's Lane is on the other side. I wonder what she will be talking about. Wait, that's me. You're listening to Helmets and Heels on 1010XL on the J-Fund Radiothon, the 18th annual J-Fund Radiothon, 1010XL on 92.5 FM.
Hey, fellow Floridians, it's Ben.
And Brianna Smith. We are foodies who love sharing recipes online.
And trying new cooking techniques on our new natural gas stove.
He loves his precise temperature control on the heat.
Yeah, I also love saving money and using less energy.
Oh, watch that flame.
So, who loves to be in control?
Now earn up to a $300 cashback rebate for installing a new energy-efficient natural gas range or stovetop. To learn more, go to peoplesgas.com/rebates.
Helmets and Heels.
From the Green Law Group Studios.
Hosting the family holiday dinner can be a beautiful experience until your kitchen sink backs up before you've even served dinner.
Who tried to wash cookie dough down the drain?
We were making cookies for Santa and the reindeer.
The reindeer like chocolate chip, too.
Great. Now we need a plumber and a new garbage disposal.
Superior Plumbing and Pipelining is no stranger to holiday plumbing problems. Don't let plumbing problems disrupt your holiday dinner. Superior Plumbing and Pipelining has you covered this holiday season. Learn more at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. When pests invade your home or business, you don't just need them out, you need them out fast, and you need to keep them out. At Terminix, they will show up for you like they've done for me. They will eliminate pests quicker because they care about what matters most to you. So when pests show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a pest problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule your free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com.
If Santa had a pit crew, it'd look a lot like Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Fast, friendly, and they get the job done in 15 minutes while you stay in your car. No appointment needed. Just pull up and let their technicians handle the rest. With convenient locations, a 4.7-star national rating, and ranked #1 Quick Lube by Forbes, Valvoline delivers service even Santa would trust. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, helping Jacksonville reduce the stress of holiday travel.
To give to Tom Coughlin's J Fund, text the word GOAL to 44834 now.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental, with light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about being a peacemaker. Friends, so often we can only want to help people who are in our inner circle. But God never had inner circles. The world was his inner circle, and he's depending on us to make a difference and to leave our mark in this life. So go out today receiving his peace and then sharing it with the world.
To hear more inspirational messages by Reverend Dr. Nicholas Lowe, please visit our website at stjohnthedivine.com.
Look around and we know you've got options for gasoline, but those other places, they're not in the business of more. At Shell, that's what you get every day. Members get more rewards, more savings, more special offers. You'll even get 10 cents per gallon off of your first fill when you sign up and save on every fill after that. Choose to get more and more with every drive. Join the Shell Fuel Rewards program today at fuelrewards.com. Offer valid at participating Shell locations. Offer must be redeemed within 60 days of registration. Limit 20 gallons. Restrictions apply. Visit fuelrewards.com for more information.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. Hurricanes happen in Florida. That's not news. But what happens even more often than hurricanes are home break-ins. And if security is important to you, you might want to look into hurricane-rated impact windows.
What you may not know is that hurricane-rated impact windows not only help protect your home in case of a hurricane, but they also offer another level of security for your home.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube that show people trying to break through an impact window? A thief is way too lazy to spend his energy trying to break through one of our impact windows. That's why he doesn't have a real job like you. He'd rather break your non-impact window while you're at work. Window World has high-quality, very affordable hurricane-rated impact windows to help protect your home from hurricanes and from lazy thieves.
Call us today at 904-443-7001. Get a free estimate and see for yourself. You save energy, get more security, and the windows add value to your home. With all Window World windows, you get the best guarantee in the window replacement business.
Window
World, simply the best for less.
And thank you for your business.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, brought to you by Baker Glass. Jon Sumrall has already made his first main hire to his coaching staff. On Tuesday, Sumrall announced he was hiring longtime Kentucky defensive coordinator Brad White as the Gators' new DC. Since White was promoted to DC at Kentucky in 2019, his defense ranked in the top 25 4 times and developed some big-time talent such as Josh Hines-Allen. It's currently 65 degrees at 3:03. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
I'm Tom Coughlin, and welcome to the J-Fund Radiothon on 1010XL. Please be there for these kids and their families tackling childhood cancer by giving today. Call 207-7070 right now.
tonight. So watch me bring the fire.
Thank you, Jacksonville. Over $4,700 in our first hour, so we are inching closer and closer to that $200,000 number. Lots of rounds of applause today. By the way, RJ, welcome back. We missed you, but Aaron did a great job filling in, but welcome back.
Thank you. How was it with the young Aaron, the young Ward?
He did fantastic.
Great.
Aaron Beasley was a little confused yesterday.
I kept saying, good job, Aaron.
And then I kept seeing Bees look at Lauren like, why does she keep telling me good job? And then at the end when we walked out, he noticed, or finally I guess figured out, that producer name was Aaron. He goes, oh, I thought you were talking to me this whole time.
Great job, Bees.
Like, we also don't call you Aaron.
No.
Like, who calls you Aaron?
But from now on, I'm going to compliment Bees all the time, so that way he feels the love.
There you go.
All right, time now for Lauren's Lane.
Now, Lauren's Lane. Opened up by Closets by Design. Imagine your home totally organized.
I thought about talking about how Florida men's basketball lost to Duke by 1 point last night. Had the lead with about 20 seconds left to go and then let them hit a three and then basically gave the ball back to Duke late by Boogie Fleeing. But I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about...
But are you fine with that, by the way?
Fine
because
with
I feel like the spread was way... What was it, like?
I mean, if you would ask me before the game, if you're going to only lose to Duke by one point, how will you feel?
Yeah, right.
I would have said, well, it's an undefeated basketball team. They're really good.
Yeah.
And obviously, John Shire has done a tremendous job there. And they have Boozer and all the things. But when you're up with the basketball, and Florida was down by a lot early and then battled back, clawed back. And so in the end, you just feel like you got sucker punched in the gut, especially because it was my dad's birthday. So Florida was supposed to win. I remember years ago in the 2014 season, Florida lost to UConn. That was one of the only losses that season. Florida lost to UConn on my dad's birthday. Had a chance to play UConn in March Madness in the postseason and lost.
Is this taking over Lauren's Lane? Like,
yes. Okay. But I'm doing it.
I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Well, I got us off topic by saying I'm not going to talk about it, and then I started talking about it. But no, I want to talk about. I think USF got a really good head football coach. So they lost Alex Golish, obviously.
Right.
And here's who they have, especially for people who've watched college football for a long time, they'll know Brian Hartline. So fantastic receiver at Ohio State. And then since he's been with Ohio State as a wide receivers coach, here's the talent that he's worked with and developed. Terry McLaurin, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Jamison Williams, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Marvin Harrison Jr., Emeka Egbuka, Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah.
There's some. So again, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be the next great head coach, but that means that you're recruiting that talent, so you can identify that talent, and you're going to be able to develop the talent. And if you can do that at receiver, hopefully you also hire great people around you.
Yeah.
But I really think USF might have even upgraded, even though Golish was great. And look, Golish delivered me, in my fandom. I was in Gainesville when USF beat Florida, so that was a stab to the heart. But yeah, shout out to USF.
For sure. Go Bulls. And I think that Beast said that yesterday too when he was, I can't remember who he said, but one of his buddies is the running back coach for, I'm trying to remember who he said. But he's
Michigan,
I think he said,
But he was like that exact reasoning because of his resume of players that he's recruited, developed, put in. Yes, that he's
said
put
Notre
into.
Dame, I think.
Oh, was Notre Dame.
Notre
He
Dame.
did say Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Well, yes, he
One
did.
of those
Because I
schools
was
up
like,
there.
we're talking about two of the best running backs in college football right now. But yeah, I think, and that was his point, was the resume of players that you're recruiting, you're developing, you're sending to the NFL. And his point was not enough people focus on that when finding their new coach. They want the big flashy name, and sometimes that's not going to work the way that you want it to. Hence Brian Kelly at LSU.
Yeah. You got to credit USF, UCF for even being relevant in a state filled with Florida, Miami, and Florida State. You know what I mean? Throw in FAU maybe. I don't know. To a certain degree, but
sure.
It's pretty impressive. No, Heartline's got a good name. Actually, when I saw it online, you see on X, it was very positive reviews. Like he's going to make a great coach. They should be happy with him. So
Ohio State's
that
gonna
sounds
miss
like a
him.
good hire. Yeah, absolutely.
And obviously, Golish now going to Auburn. That feels like a situation where it's so hard to win. Like you talk about being in the state with another school. And look, I know Auburn has won a national championship. I'm not saying they can't win.
No, right.
And I have friends that are diehard Auburn fans. And
Me too.
I don't dislike Auburn by any means.
Yeah.
Like I dislike FSU and Georgia and Tennessee and all those LSU, all those other schools. But I just feel like we're getting to that point where like maybe you are going to end up being more successful as the head coach of USF than you are at Auburn.
Yeah, just competition level-wise.
Correct.
Yeah, I think a lot of it just so much boils down to and has boiled down to the quarterbacks. I feel like you find the right quarterback and it feels like a world of difference. Auburn being one of those schools, look what happens when you have Cam Newton. And so,
but a great coach, can do it with any quarterback.
Yeah, and I'm sure if we're talking about like a Georgia, for example, I think there's been guys where you're like, okay, like they're decent quarterbacks, but not great, and you're still able to be successful. But I think the schools that we've talked about in recent years, it's because they've had a quarterback that's able to elevate a lot of things. Maybe not perfection, maybe not an NFL caliber quarterback, but a college football quarterback that takes things to a different level. And I do think that's been one of the biggest struggles at a school like Notre Dame is they haven't had that until hopefully this year with CJ Carr. People are saying it's leaning towards that. But look at Florida State. I mean, look just that quarterback difference, and then what happens when you don't hit on those next quarterbacks. And that was one of the big conversations at Auburn with Hugh Freeze was you've got to hit on this quarterback because if you don't, you probably don't have a job next year.
That's right. I mean, look, it's similar to the NFL. You know, when you draft a QB, especially in the first round, you got to hit on them. Because it'll set you back because you gotta take 3 years to try to figure it out. You know, you don't have that in college ball, but it feels like that. I mean, FSU's a great example. I mean, you go from the kid when they went 12-0, what was his name that hurt himself?
Jordan Travis.
He was fantastic. And then the next year you got DJ. He was terrible. I saw him live. And Thomas was okay. He wasn't terrible, but I can't say they hit on him per se. So I think there's a lot of truth to that. No, you're right. You got to have the coach, too, to bring
Josh
it all together.
His quarterback left him high and dry a day before the spring game, and he goes out, finds Joey Aguilar, gets him in the transfer portal, and look at their success.
Okay, and that's a great point. So he knows what he wants out of a quarterback for his system, and he found Aguilar. It's like, that's the kid I want. He's going to fit into my system.
And his system's quarterback friendly, which is also huge. And so, Auburn can be successful once again. Golish just has to be that guy. But Golish, again, did great things at USF. I felt a little old when I saw Brad Hartline, head coach, and everyone talking about, I'm like, he was just playing at Ohio State not that long ago. Oh, wait, it's been a minute.
It's been a while.
All right,
he was here, wasn't he? Did he have a tryout here or something?
That sounds familiar.
It feels like he might have had a run with the Jags for a minute.
His Wikipedia only has Dolphins and Browns.
Okay, maybe not.
As playing.
But I
remember him at Ohio State.
But all Ohio State coaching. In 2017, he started as an offensive quality control assistant, worked his way up to OC, wide receiver coach, and then now head coach at USF.
Good for him. Nice payday.
For sure. All right, our J-Fund Radiothon continues. We ask y'all to give right here, right now, 904-207-7070, or text GOAL to 44834. We will chat with another J family. On the other side, you're listening to Helmets and Heels on 1010X on 92.5 FM.
1010XL thanks the food sponsors of today's Tom Coughlin J-Fund Radiothon, who are keeping our volunteers fueled and ready to take your calls and texts. Breakfast provided by Chick-fil-A, lunch by Taco Lou, and dinner from Tony D's Pizza.
Helmets and Heels.
Backed by Green Law Group.
For the insured.
Fighting for you.
Hey, folks, it's Frank Frangie. Now, I've been telling you about my daughter, Amber, and she's been telling you how much weight she's dropped with Awaken 180. It's hard to believe. Even in football season, even when she hangs out with her friends, and even when she tailgates and does all that stuff, she's still losing weight. You can even drink alcohol. Can you believe that? Well, Awaken 180 shows you how to swap calories, not flavor. You have to be disciplined, but they make it easy. Amber and I talk about this all the time. She can't believe how easy it is, and she's so excited about it. But what I will tell you is it's really working. I see how excited she is. I see the look on her face. I see how her self-esteem has changed and her confidence. It's one of the greatest things that's ever happened with my daughter, and it means that much to me. Now, Awaken 180 programs are reimbursable with your HSA or FSA, and those HSA dollars expire December 31st. Don't leave money on the table. Call Awaken 180 today and kickstart your transformation before the new year. Call 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800, or go to awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, do you like winning? Well, I sure do. This is former Jaguar linebacker Tom McManus. I'm excited to introduce you to J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling of Greater Jacksonville. If you're a property manager, contractor, builder, realtor, or homeowner, get that feeling of success with less stress. I've used them. Even my friends have used them. So get your free junk removal and hauling estimate today. Now, I call that a win. Veteran-owned and operated. It's J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling. Call 506-1256 because we haul it all.
Don't ignore plumbing leaks. They can lead to mold and mildew or structural damage and drain your wallet. So when you have a leak and can't wait a week, call Roland Reich Plumbing. PlumbingJacksonville.com.
It's easy to be there for J-Fun families. Text GOLD to 44834 now.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Lacey, your bar manager here at Fourscore Golf Tavern. We're officially kicking off the holiday season, and both of our locations, San Marco and Gate Parkway, are fully festive and ready for you to enjoy. Make sure you stop by and check out our holiday cocktail menu, lunch, and dinner specials. Happy hour is all day, every Tuesday. The fun continues with 10 top-of-the-line simulators between both locations, offering multiple games in almost every sport you can think of. So gather your group, get in the spirit, and come celebrate at Fourscore, the place to be in Jacksonville for holiday fun.
Looking to elevate your game night experience? Look no further than Best Bet. We're not just a card room, we're your destination for excitement, fun, and big wins. Whether you're a seasoned player or new to the game, we have something for everyone. Join us at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, or St. Augustine for thrilling tournaments, exciting promotions, and a vibrant atmosphere that will take your game night to the next level. Elevate your game night at Best Bet. Visit bestbetjacks.com to learn more. That's bestbetjacks.com.
San Jose Collision is hiring for an automotive detailer and porter. If you're detail-oriented, dependable, and love working with cars, apply in person at San Jose Collision in Mandarin. Valid driver's license required.
In Northeast Florida, power outages are unavoidable, but losing comfort, security, and peace of mind doesn't have to be. With a Generac home standby generator from American Electrical Contractors, your power comes back on automatically the moment an outage begins. As Jacksonville's leading and one of the longest-running Generac dealers, American Electrical Contracting has the experience you deserve. Be prepared. Protect your home and family. Protect your business. Generac standby generators from American Electrical Contractors. Call 737-7770 or online at american-electrical.com.
Hey, is your home ready for the holidays? Hicken here. Spots are filling up fast. Lock in yours today at ZeroResJacksonville.com and get 20% off all hard surface cleaning, tile and grout, hardwood, LVP. Happy holidays from all of us at Zero Res.
1010XL's early high school signing period coverage is lit up by Flame Broiler and Baker Glass.
You got scholarship offers from Auburn and Florida.
Listen all day as our star high school athletes reveal where they plan to play their college ball. 1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
I'm Tom Coughlin, and welcome to the J-Fund Radiothon on 1010XL. Please be there for these kids and their families tackling childhood cancer by giving today. Call 207-7070 right now.
Welcome back to Helmets and Heels. We are over 200,000 now. That's right, $204,386.
Right.
But of course, still time to give and give during our show. Call 904-207-7070. So excited to have Lori here with us. Lori, tell us about your son, Ben, who turns 15 today.
Happy birthday, Ben.
Happy birthday,
15
Ben.
today.
That's right.
At 3:02.
All right.
And by the way, happy birthday, Alex, his twin is
That's
here.
right.
right,
Yep,
yeah.
Alex and Ben, they're going to have a combined party at home later.
Oh,
I love
Yeah,
it.
so his journey started, our journey with him started when he was 13. So 2.5 years we've been doing this. Surgeries and proton therapy and hard chemo, and now like a pill regimen that's much more tolerable. So he gets to do a lot more at this part of his treatment, which is good because when they're sick and they're down that hard, you don't get to do much.
To be diagnosed at such a young age, it has to be, I mean, obviously tough for everybody, but for Ben being that young, you know, asking why, how, must have been very challenging at that time, I would imagine.
Yeah, I don't think any of us know exactly or can know how challenging.
Right.
We have a great counselor who works with kids who are going through this. So we just try to be there, you know, support him, whatever he needs, have fun with him.
Yeah.
all the fun we could possibly have.
You get ice cream today.
Yeah, exactly. You want salmon for your birthday, you get salmon.
That's right.
For you, J Fund coming into your life, how did you find out about them? Was it at the hospital? Had you already heard of them previously? How did that come about?
It was actually our first appointment with an oncologist. The social worker came in and talked about the J Fund.
Whoa.
And of course, at the time, I didn't have any idea how essential it would be for us down this road. So just found out from her. She enrolled us, told us how to get help, started telling us about all the events.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right away.
Right away.
That must have given you some comfort.
Absolutely, because like, who do you talk to?
Right.
You don't. You as a family, you don't just have a built-in support for
Right.
people who've done this. But yeah, not just them, but also like there's families, there's other families, and you meet up with them along the way at all the events. And so familiar faces and caregiving support, a lot of caregiving support.
Lori, right when you walked in here, you said anything for the J Fund.
you did. Yeah,
I think that really speaks to how essential they've been in your life. And like you said, you wouldn't have even thought about all of those things right at once because it's overwhelming to hear that your 13-year-old has cancer.
Yeah, and you're just thinking, what's the next step? Like, we got to get to all the treatments. Like, that's the thing you know when it starts is we can't miss the treatments.
Yeah.
So yes, they have been essential. I just can't say enough.
Well, and their whole thing is be there, right? So a parent can be there for their child. You know, the family can
That's
be there.
right. And then support people can be there, and they're there to help with groceries.
Right.
Car maintenance.
Are teenage boys good eaters?
Oh my goodness. The milk.
Strong boys then.
Yeah, that was one thing I learned really early. I'm like, okay, I'm hungry. There will always be milk and cereal, at least.
Oh, it's the best.
Always milk and cereal in abundance.
Yeah, heck yeah. You're bringing back childhood memories.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Mom, I'm hungry. Go fix yourself a bowl of cereal.
Is it dinner time? No, go eat some cereal.
Heck yeah.
You have 4 children
I
total.
do.
How was that, and how's that been balancing all that with Ben and the treatments and just everything that he's going through? And it's emotional for them as well, I imagine.
Oh, yeah. It's a whole family thing.
Yeah.
And, they will want to stop and do all the things and be there as well. Just naturally want to be there for the family. But they also have to move their lives forward.
Yeah.
So I do think of the J Fund when I think of like the peace of mind, because they don't have to worry as much if mom's not worried as much.
Yep.
And if there's things taken off of your plate as a mom, then you're not bringing all that stress that impacts their lives, because it impacts them. But we've grown together as a family.
Yeah.
Like, we've learned how to do this.
Yeah.
If that makes
And
sense.
J Fund probably helped you quite a bit figuring that out.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Every
Part
time.
of the family. We're talking about it's
living in the
forever,
family.
isn't it? You said you'd do anything for him. Like J Fund's forever.
Yeah.
It's like a big family.
Yeah. My daughter, my 18-year-old, I just put a word in with the volunteers because she wants to volunteer.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
That's so
because she's seen.
Yeah.
She's seen
Firsthand,
what it
yeah.
means to the whole family
Yeah.
and to families, because you see families along the way.
Right.
Familiar faces at events.
And go ahead, Taylor.
When you talked about Ben and you said that you want him to have fun, and we were talking a little bit on air. He's a Jags fan. He likes football, likes watching football.
Yes.
Does he have a favorite player right now?
Oh, goodness. It might be, okay, my mind's going blank.
He does.
Is there number 41 or 91?
41 and 91.
That would make sense.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
Josh, I think might be his favorite because he found out that he gave Jags tickets to Ben's oncologist.
Yes. So Josh Hines Allenson recently went through cancer.
And I think that he and Ben have the same oncologist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how,
So what are some of the other things he likes to do?
Play video games with his brother. I mean, it probably goes without saying. He's up for anything.
Yeah.
Like, if it's like something fun, like, let's go do it.
Yeah, I love that.
Lori, from a financial standpoint, when they came in, can you just tell our listeners some of the things they helped you with?
Most recently, We just had a 23-day, hospital stay.
Okay.
Unexpected, not ready for it.
Right.
Most of November just swallowed up with the hospital. But right before that, we were invited to a grocery shopping spree.
Oh, good.
So this is probably a month or two before. You'd think those groceries would have run out. we are still working through them.
Nice.
So two cartloads full of groceries.
Wow.
And the teenagers doing a lot of the shopping. So they're having a blast with that. And that lasted. So I was at the hospital with Ben, my 21-year-old, 18-year-old, and other 15-year-old at home alone, but left them grocery cards from the J Fund. So I knew they were good. They could go get some groceries.
Only 10 boxes of cereal.
Yes.
A little bit out of
Oh, no, the 21-year-old's like, no, we are not buying energy drinks.
Did it look like the old game show, like the shopping spree?
We didn't
game
have
show?
to run. We had a whole hour. So, but I'm telling you, you've never seen carts loaded like that. So that has helped financially, and then car repairs. We had a car that was kind of knocked out for a little while, and then they paid to have it all up to date.
It's
and
expensive. I just went through some car trials. It's
Yeah,
expensive,
right?
Zach.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
good.
not optional. You have to. You
need
have
it.
to.
You need
You have
the
to get to
vehicle.
the appointments.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So people listening right now, you've kind of said it already, but why should they give to the J Fund today?
I think because there's just no words to explain what the need is when you go through this with a child with cancer. And J Fund helps meet those needs.
Yeah.
Before you even know you have them.
Right.
Yeah.
That's great. Fantastic. So proud to be a part of the J Fund.
You should be.
Oh,
They're
absolutely.
amazing.
They are. I love that smile.
Yeah.
That you just did.
And I want to emphasize too, it's not cut and dry when it comes to the treatment. And you mentioned a 23-day hospital stay. So here you are, you have the treatment plan lined out, and then something comes up, and you obviously didn't plan to be in for that long. And so I think that's the other thing that people may not understand.
Right.
Is this isn't a linear journey.
It's not. There's setbacks, of course. This one wasn't even related to cancer. It was related to a medicine. So then you pause treatment. And the other thing people don't know, and I didn't know until I had to do it, like when you go to see the oncologist or go to most of your appointments, you take a bag. You're planning to stay overnight just in case, because you don't know if you're staying to get blood, platelets, or something else comes up. So yeah, you hold plans loosely.
I think that's really well said. Well, we certainly are praying for Benjamin and for your family, and we hope that he gets to go to a Jags game here soon, and maybe even meet Josh Hines Allen. That'd be great.
Yes. Oh, so great. Love the Jags.
No
Love
doubt.
it. And happy birthday, Ben.
Yeah.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Ben,
And Alex.
And Alex.
That's right.
Not forgetting Alex.
Enjoy that salmon tonight. It's going to be good.
All right, Lori, we're
Jealous.
going to tell everybody to call right now, 904-207-7070, or text GOAL to 44834. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing your story
Thank y'all
with
for
us
doing
today.
this.
That's great.
All right, we will talk some Tulane football now that Jon Sumrall is the head coach at Florida. Maddie Hertak works for Tulane, the sideline reporter there, so she'll share some information with us about Jon. Keep it right here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Denise is a Pilates instructor and a small business owner who built her own studio, so I guess that means she's kind of a real estate mogul too.
And don't forget, a mom as well.
And that community first, we get that. And we get you. We're here to help you live your best life by providing the financial services you need with low fees, convenience, and local decision making.
So just be yourself.
At Community First and on the go. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Insured by NCUA.
Helmets and Heels, provided by Green Law Group.
I'm Chris Campione. Veterans have given so much in the service of our country, but when it comes to legal challenges, you shouldn't have to fight alone. At Campione Law, we're here to help veterans like you get the support and compensation you deserve. Whether it's a workplace injury, a personal injury claim, or navigating a veteran's disability claim, we'll stand by your side every step of the way. Your service to our country matters. Let us serve you with the dedication and respect you deserve. Call Campione Law for a free consultation today. Campione Law, fighting for veterans, fighting for justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Campione Law.
Daily Stash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Dailies Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Dailies is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Now is a great time to be there for J-Fund families. Text the word GOAL to 44834.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and this Christmas, Leonard Truck Outfitters and 1010XL are helping you deck the truck. Stop by either Leonard location, Landing Boulevard or Beach Boulevard, and register to win a deck bed storage system with Cargo Glide installed by the pros at Leonard. Another winner will score 2 tickets to the Florida-Georgia basketball game January 6th and a 2025 Gator Championship commemorative basketball. We'll draw the winners live Friday, December 19 during XL Primetime, noon to 2 at Leonard's Beach Boulevard. Leonard Truck Outfitters, everything you need for a great-looking, great-performing truck.
I'm Frank Franzi, and I just got back from the farm at Okefenokee. Man, it's incredible. Just an hour north of Jacksonville and Folkestone. I was so impressed. It's about connecting with nature, with food, with community. And now you can own your very own handcrafted cabin tucked into a 1,000-acre regenerative farm. Everything you need is there. You'll hardly need to go grocery shopping. Learn more about all of it at okefarm.com. That's OKE farm.com, the farm at Okefenokee.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, Jason, I'm worried.
You? Really? About what?
Well, I like to have a little seasonal potluck. You know, invite some friends and neighbors and guys from the office. But if the food gets spicy and the party gets rocking and that old toilet in the two-piece can't handle the traffic, well, what if my drain backs up right in the middle of everything?
Dude, imagine you're wearing my sunglasses.
Okay. Shoomp. Whoa.
If you're planning to host a holiday party and a blocked household drain line threatens to ruin the whole thing, call us and tell us. The drain clearing experts at Bueller Air & Plumbing will unclog your drain for free.
You do that for free?
It's Christmas.
Yeah, but for free?
The holidays can get pretty hectic. If a clogged drain line threatens to ruin the whole thing, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
I'm Doug Flutie from Boston College Days with Tom Coughlin, and this is the Tom Coughlin J Fun Radiothon on 1010XL.
Call 904-207-7070 now.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
I saw some interesting notes. I always get tagged in these posts, and I'm not totally sure why, but
Are
I
they
kind
ML
of appreciate.
football?
No,
Okay.
but I do get tagged in those sometimes also. This one is from an account called NFL Ref Stats. So they go through and they always tag me in the ones because it breaks down like which crew is officiating the Jags games, what they call most of the time, because each ref crew kind of has their things that they're known for, obviously. But this one was a little interesting. So the officiating crew cheat sheet is what they call it. They break everything down. So since 2016, home teams are an NFL best 109 and 49 with referee John Hussey, who will be reffing. His crew will be on the game this weekend, including a 7-4 record in 2025. But the one part that kind of jumped out to me, they have an above average 41.5% penalties assessed on false starts and offensive holding, and the Jaguars rank the #1 penalized teams on those things. So something to probably keep a lookout for this weekend, because it's a crew that calls them a lot, and it's a team that's done it a lot this year.
Yeah, we cracked 100+ penalties on the year last weekend. And I keep trying to
Hey, it wasn't a win. That part's okay.
That's okay. Yeah,
no,
I
know what you mean. Most penalized
you still got to figure that out,
For
clean
sure.
that up. And look, there's nothing, I tell you, nothing worse when you rip off a great run and you got a holding call or a great pass or just, a touch, just nothing tears your heart. You're just like, come on, man. Like, go all the way down the field, make a great play. Guy makes a great throw, great catch, and you got to hold the guy. Like, come on, like, do your job a little bit better. But, yeah, And that's the thing. Like, and we're going to find out, Sunday. Hey, we're going to find out if how good the Colts really are. And I think they're pretty good, obviously. But I don't know how good. And we're going to find out if we can really go toe-to-toe with better competition.
Yeah.
And look, it's all good competition. I don't mean, like, there's no gimmies in the NFL. Like we talk about all the time. Now, there are teams that you should beat just because they're not playing good football. They can still have good football players, but as a team, they're not playing good football. And you can be like, yeah, like Tennessee. I mean, they stunk. I mean, they did. I mean, they had a couple good players. Jeffrey Simmons was a great player that day. Arden Key made a couple things. You know what I mean? Tony Pollard had a couple runs, but the quarterback's terrible. I mean, how many times you run into the damn kicker? I was getting mad at them. I'm like, I'm glad we're getting the penalties.
Yeah, you should have been mad at them.
The first one, I'm mad that you'd actually run into the kicker. Right. You can't be that dumb. Like, there's an angle you take to the punter, and it ain't right at him. You got to, like, turn it a little bit. But anyway, nonetheless, we're going to find out exactly what our team's made of.
I don't know if we cooled down, but we'll cool down now.
Yeah.
Now, another great guest on the Checkmate Coatings phone line. Hello. Your floor's missing piece.
Let's cool down, talking a little Jon Sumrall. We're joined now by Maddie Hudak, sideline reporter for Tulane. She joined us a little before the season started, after the Jags drafted Caleb Bransaw. Unfortunately, we did not get to see Caleb Bransaw much into the season at all in the season, a little bit in camp because of an injury. So we're looking forward to that next year. But now, Maddie, thanks for hopping on and talking some Coach Sumrall with us.
Yeah, hey, no problem. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. Let's start with probably the bigger conversation around this is the similarities and trajectories between the former head coach and Billy Napier and Jon Sumrall when it comes to just their paths through college football, obviously both coming from Group of 5 schools in Louisiana to the Florida Gators. But share your thoughts on Sumrall specifically and kind of your expectations of what he can do at Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I do get the optics of, we're replacing one Group of 5 coach, one that was in the Sun Belt, with another guy that started in the Sun Belt. But you look at really what the resume Jon Sumrall has in just 4 years' time. I mean, every single team he's been the head coach of has gone to their conference championship game. They won the ones while they were at Troy. And there's just a reason that he was atop the list for, half of the SEC openings this cycle. You also look at how much Tulane's roster was really poached by the Power 4 this offseason and how he was able to reload, still beat 2 of the Power 4 opponents on the schedule. And you mentioned Caleb Bransaw. I know this was a team that had to replace 3 defensive backs that went and are playing in the NFL. Obviously, Caleb's not playing, but that's a lot of talent to have to recoup, as starting quarterback, all of those different things. And so to be able to do that, be able to recoup the guys in the portal and be able to make this run for the conference championship, he also has the experience coaching and playing in the SEC, being the co-defensive coordinator at Kentucky, being the linebackers coach at Ole Miss. And I think he really understands what that staff requires and the caliber of players that he'll need to take over to Florida.
Maddie, what kind of coach is Jon Sumrall? Is he disciplinarian, more of a player's coach, a little bit of a hybrid? What does he bring to the table in terms of his kind of philosophy of coaching these players?
Is he good in game is what we're asking.
Yeah.
That too.
I mean, I would definitely say that he's very much of a player's coach, but also just a very aggressive perfectionist. It's funny. We always say I've never heard a coach be less pleased with a win than I have with Jon Sumrall. He's a lot easier after the losses, but he really is always just chasing that greatness. And, this season especially, he kind of has said, I felt like I had this kind of sloppy, immature team that is finding ways to win football games. And I think he's really had to change his approach this year on how to speak to guys, what they respond to, what decisions you can make in game that those guys might be able to handle or perhaps not be able to handle. So I think he's been really adaptable this year, and he's very good at, being hands-off in the way of, he goes into the coordinator meetings, he has an involvement in those plans, and he's really learned since Troy. When he was at Troy, he pretty much know how to coach defense, wasn't really sure what was going on the offensive side. Now he has a much better idea of that, but he also allows the guys in the room that are drawing the plays up and everything to really make those decisions. And so I think that he's a very good balanced coach where he really is there for the players. The guys that all play for him love to play for him. I haven't been around that many coaches that just have such the personality of Sumrall, and that matters. And he's also a very direct and honest guy. There are so many promises in college football that are flown around nowadays, and you look at the way they've handled the last 2 quarterback competitions at Tulane, no guy was promised a spot despite rankings, and he ended up starting a redshirt freshman last year over two guys that were kind of the presumed starters because he didn't make those promises, and he was very upfront with them all throughout that. And I think that's really what's endeared recruits to him, knowing what their vision and the place for them is going to be in the program and really being able to believe what he says.
Well, Maddie, my guess is Jon Sumrall's not sleeping these days because I have seen him tweeting about both the Florida Gators recruiting class and Tulane's recruiting class. But I do think it's super cool that he's going to stay on and coach that conference game. For Gator fans that are going to tune in to North Texas Tulane, what do you think that they should expect?
Yeah, and I'll add, too, that he said that he actually got on a Zoom call with the Tulane recruits to really talk with them about staying with the program. And, you know, he absolutely doesn't have to do that. The game plan for this game, it really kind of depends on the weather. You know, we're dealing with a potential extreme rainstorm the day of the game. But when you look at what these teams both do best, I think that really favors Tulane's game. And, you know, North Texas, they have a great passing game. They also have a great running game, but I don't think they've seen the caliber of a box that Tulane is really going to come out with. You know, they held their last two opponents, Temple, to 20 rushing yards. They held Charlotte to -3 rushing yards. And I know that's not the same as North Texas, but when you hold a team to negative rush yards on the night, you know, that's really daring teams to throw against you. And if the weather doesn't really favor that, I do think Tulane definitely has the edge there, but I think you're going to see them really try to control the tempo, establish a run, and really try to dictate the way that this game goes.
Yeah, just the little tidbit you gave us just now on Sumrall is probably a pretty decisive thing of why people aren't giving him a hard time as much as they are Lane Kiffin, because of the way Lane Kiffin has handled things, and clearly Coach Sumrall has handled it very different. But Maddie, when you talk about you talked about the players and the recruiting and bringing, you know, the athlete there, but the coaching staff is a big thing too, and it's talked about a lot in college football. Your confidence level and what he can add and bring to the SEC and that level of competition when it comes to the coaching staff.
Yeah, so I've heard him say now, you know, he's not in the business of hiring friends, and I think that's really the way to go about it. And I think he's fully aware that, you know, there's a different caliber of coordinator that's required, especially, you know, when you're leaving a place that's in a good situation, you're coming somewhere where the sky is kind of falling and you need to fix things. You really have to make those hires really matter. And so seeing that, I believe he's bringing over someone from his time at Kentucky to serve on the defensive side. Again, having that time working in the SEC, working his way up to, you know, the head coach level has, I think, allowed him to not just see what type of player to recruit, but what type of coach and that caliber that is required to win. But I also, you know, he's someone that he's very big with relationships. All of the players always talk about, you know, having a conversation with him back in high school and that really coming around full circle. I think it's just the way he is as a person. And so I think those relationships really exist with coaches as well, and having those connections from his time in the SEC, and that I think he'll be able to really understand the caliber of coordinator that's required at that level.
Well, he got a really nice recommendation from the Jaguars head coach, Liam Cohen. Said he's one of the best guys that he's gotten to know. And I know for us here and the fans listening, that gives them a little bit of, you know, comfort knowing that Liam Cohen gave that kind of endorsement.
Yeah, and I also believe he's pretty close with, you know, head coach Kellen Moore as well for the New Orleans Saints. He does have a lot of NFL ties, and it's going to be interesting with you guys bringing over an NFL GM as well and kind of bringing that into the role of things. And so kind of knowing how that group of people works, how the NFL works, and having those connections to kind of understand how to bring that down to this level. You know, again, he's such a perfectionist that I just think that really figuring out how to master, how to make, you know, a team in college football operate as closely to that professional level as much as possible. But, I mean, every single person that speaks about him endorses him to the upteenth degree, and there's just a reason that he was, you know, the favorite for most of the SEC openings this cycle.
Maddie, not to make you mad, but are there any Tulane players that Florida should pick off and come with Jon?
I mean, it's certainly a question. You know, we have really great receivers, guys like Shaz Preston. We have some guys on our offensive line, Shadre Hurst, Reese Baker at right tackle. But it just kind of depends on, you know, what the needs are at Florida. And again, I think Sumrall is someone that also recognizes that there might be more, perhaps, of an opportunity for a guy to stay at Tulane, continue to play and be a starter. You know, a lot of guys transfer to Power 4 teams, and then they end up sitting on the depth chart. And so I think it would really take, you know, someone that could credibly see their way on the field for, you know, Sumrall to kind of want them to come over there and not have their kind of playing career be affected as a result. Also our kicker. I'm afraid of Patrick Durkin. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
She was holding that one from us. All right, Maddie, we really appreciate your time as always. You were fantastic, and I know Gator fans. There was some hesitation. I think people are starting to get a little more excited about this hire the more they find out about Jon. So we appreciate your time.
Yeah, I heard that his press conference went over pretty well, and I kind of expected that. So you guys got a good one. We're very sad to have him go, but thank you guys for having me on.
All right.
Thanks, Maddie. Glad you feel better, too.
Yeah, totally.
Thank you.
All right, there she goes. And we want to say thank you to Scott Dunn, who donated $1,000 a few moments ago. So thank you, Mr. Dunn. Scott Dunn, we so appreciate it. And time is running out for our show, but that's okay. This J Fund Radiothon will continue throughout the program, but 904-207-70, I should say, throughout the station, or you can text GOAL, GOAL, to 44834. Our goal is $275,000. We want to shatter that goal. So call right now. Call until 4 o'clock on our show, and then, of course, the Frangie Show takes over after that. One segment to go. I'll bring you today's Pest of the Day. It's 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Helmets and heels.
Brought for you by Green Law Group on 1010XL.
Big Chief Tire makes auto care more affordable with 6-month financing through the CFNA credit card. Frank Frangie here. Plus, get $50 off your first purchase when you sign up. Whether you need new tires, brake service, or general repairs, their expert technicians have you covered. With no interest for 6 months, now's the perfect time to take care of your vehicle. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to apply today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Hosting the family holiday dinner can be a beautiful experience until your kitchen sink backs up before you've even served dinner.
Who tried to wash cookie dough down the drain?
We were making cookies for Santa and the reindeer. The reindeer like chocolate chip, too.
Great. Now we need a plumber and a new garbage disposal.
Superior Plumbing and Pipelining is no stranger to holiday plumbing problems. Don't let plumbing problems disrupt your holiday dinner. Superior Plumbing and Pipelining has you covered this holiday season. Learn more at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Make your difference now. Text the word GOAL to 44834.
The Sawgrass Marriott Golf Resort and Spa is the perfect place for indulging in a pampering spa treatment. This holiday season, if you'd like to give the gift of wellness, get a gift card and take advantage of the spa's current promotion. With the purchase of a $75 gift card or more, guests get a credit towards a future service. With healing massages, revitalizing facial treatments, and more, a day at the Sawgrass Spa makes the perfect gift for everyone. Purchase in person at Sawgrass Spa during operating hours.
Lauren Brooks here. With over 1,800 5-star Google reviews, it was such an easy decision to have Closets by Design help us get organized for the holidays. From closets to garages to laundry rooms and more, Closets by Design will design custom storage solutions for all of your spaces. Nothing says happy holidays like a home that is peaceful and clutter-free. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation before year-end and get 40% off, plus an extra 15% off with free installation. Call 904-878-9393 or visit them online, closetsbydesign.com.
1010XL's early high school signing period coverage is lit up by Flame Broiler and Baker Glass.
You got scholarship offers from Auburn and Florida.
Listen all day as our star high school athletes reveal where they plan to play their college ball.
Hey, Jaguar fans, Tom McManus here. Crown Royal is a proud partner of our Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. So grab a glass with the Crown Royal rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing that generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with the generous spirit. Visit crownroyal.com/Royal Rig for more on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Remember, drink responsibly.
Need some extra cash for the holidays? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach is always looking to buy guns, guitars, surfboards, tools, and you know it, gold. Get cash today at Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
Hey, folks, it's Frank Frangie. Now, I've been telling you about my daughter, Amber, and she's been telling you how how much weight she's dropped with Awaken 180. It's hard to believe. Even in football season, even when she hangs out with her friends, and even when she tailgates and does all that stuff, she's still losing weight. You can even drink alcohol. Can you believe that? Well, Awaken 180 shows you how to swap calories, not flavor. You have to be disciplined, but they make it easy. Amber and I talk about this all the time. She can't believe how easy it is, and she's so excited about it. But what I will tell you is it's really working. I see how excited she is. I see the look on her face. I see how her self-esteem has changed and her confidence. It's one of the greatest things that's ever happened with my daughter, and it means that much to me. Now, Awaken 180 programs are reimbursable with your HSA or FSA, and those HSA dollars expire December 31st. Don't leave money on the table. Call Awaken 180 today and kickstart your transformation before the new year. Call 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800, or go to awaken180weightloss.com.
Ticket here for Action Garage Door. Nothing more frustrating than your garage door misfiring. When it does, I call Action Garage Door. They take action. Jeff and Art and crew, Jacksonville folks, not some big out-of-town chain. Something goes wrong with your garage door, take action. Check them out. Garage Door 911, garagedoor911.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
The Tom Coughlin J Fund helps local families battling childhood cancer. I'm Donovan Darris from the Donovan Darris Foundation, and you can help right now on 1010XL.
Call 207-7070 now.
You as a family, you don't just have a built-in support for people who've done this. But yeah, not just them, but also like there's families, there's other families, and you meet up with them along the way at all the events. And so familiar faces and caregiving support, a lot of caregiving support. And you're just thinking, what's the next step? Like, we got to get to all the treatments. Like, that's the thing you know when it starts is we can't miss the treatments. So yes, they have been essential.
Thanks once again to our two J-Fund families who came in today, Kim, and certainly our thoughts and prayers with their family after they lost their daughter Ava a couple years ago. And then you just heard the voice of Lori, her son Benjamin. She has twin boys. Their birthday is today, turning 15 years old. So happy birthday, Ben and Alex. And we appreciate Lori coming in and sharing their journey.
And Ava's birthday Sunday.
That's right. And Ava's birthday Sunday. Jags, you have to win. I hope you're hearing us, Liam and everybody down there. That you have to win for Ava. And we also want to thank Rich Norton. He donated $1,010. That's 1010. And his special note, love Tommy Matt. There you go.
Thanks, Richard. We appreciate you, man.
Thank
Big
you,
time.
Rich. Yes, absolutely. And it's so easy. All you have to do is text GOAL to 44834, and literally they send you a link right away. I'm putting in the credit card information now. Super easy. Or, of course, you can call the Community First Hope Hub, 904-207-7070. We appreciate our friends at Community First for once again coming in and manning that Hope Hub and sponsoring it. And we just appreciate, obviously, everyone who makes today happen. All the behind-the-scenes people. There's a lot, trust me. And especially, though, to the families for coming in. It is time now for today's Terminix Pest of the Day, as always brought to you by our friends at Terminix. You can find them online at terminix.com. That's terminix.com. They are so fantastic. You can trust their technicians, and they make it so easy. If you have any issues, you contact them. They also take care of Everbank Stadium, ViStar Ballpark, ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena, and all of your favorite event venues around town. I'm going to say it again. Pack the bank on Sunday. Get there for sure. And I think the pest of the day today has to be childhood cancer. Cancer overall, but obviously we are getting to hear the stories of these families who these kids are battling, and they are warriors, and it is so difficult to watch someone that you love, but especially your child, have to battle this awful disease.
Yeah, no question, and that's why the J Fund's so special. They come right in. You heard Kim talk about it. You're right on diagnosis. Here or it was Lori, I think. You're right on diagnosis. Here comes the social worker talking to you about the J Fund. Get involved with the J Fund. They'll help you right at the get-go. So if you're going through it, make sure you get in touch with the J Fund.
Absolutely. Let's turn things over now to the Frangie Show.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Hayes, do you like Tom's J-Fund shirt?
I do. Looks sharp.
Thank you.
Looks sharp. Very sharp.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
He came in today and he's like, I'm wearing a medium. I asked my wife if it's too tight. She said it's okay.
It's fine. It's all in the spirit of the day, right? Yeah. So we love the enthusiasm. It's fantastic.
Absolutely. I'm sure you guys will continue the radiothon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to it. Coach Coughlin will join us in the 5 o'clock hour, so that obviously will be very special. And it's an unbelievable day. So we're happy to do our part and really appreciate everybody's generosity.
Oh yeah,
for sure. We just chatted with Tulane sideline reporter Maddie Hudak, and of course about Jon Sumrall. She called him, Hayes, an aggressive perfectionist. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully the guy will be great. I mean, I think they botched the hire,
sure,
but we're beyond that now.
Right.
Jon Sumrall's the coach, so hopefully he'll be fantastic. And yeah, I mean, the defensive coordinator hire, I was really impressed with, I'm curious. To me, it'll all come down. This will tell the tale for me on Jon Sumrall, the retention of the roster, and who his offensive coordinator is. And once I know those two things, I will tell you how successful he will be at Florida. But I am encouraged by the defensive coordinator. I am encouraged by Sumrall's personality.
And the players who went to the press conference. Like if you don't want to stay at Florida, you don't go to the press conference.
You wouldn't think, yeah.
I'm not saying that they're all going to stay.
Right.
But why would
that's
you
certainly
go?
a very encouraging sign.
I think so. They're all like, by the way, this guy has a lot more fire and passion than the previous guy.
Yeah. And I think we're also all assuming that the end game has to be better. There's not much
that's the other thing. I mean, we know it's an upgrade. It's just a question of, is it a minimal upgrade or is it a phenomenally,
right. And
rich
how does Lane
upgrade?
Kiffin do at LSU?
I'm going to go with really well, but yeah, we don't know until we start playing the games. But so we'll see. And coming up on the Fringy Show, we'll also obviously the J Fund will be our primary focus, but we will talk some Jaguars football. I had a chance to catch up with Brian Thomas Jr. about an hour ago in the locker room. So it had been a while since I talked to him. He'd been out and really had been struggling. So
and he found out your best friend is Jacoby Myers.
Yeah. I do love
Brian.
Jacoby Myers. Yeah. Jacoby's Friday. I'll see him Friday. But anyway, so interview with BTJ coming up, and
awesome.
Lots of other fun things. So
thank you
guys.
We shall be listening, and thank you again to everyone who has donated all day long. While it is a competition, I think it's a little unfair that the drill gets more time than everybody else. But over 200,000 now, and please keep donating if you haven't already. I'm about to hit submit on mine. It is so easy. 904-207-7070 is the number for the Community First Hope Hub, or text goal 44834. That'll do it for us today. A no show tomorrow due to Jaguars programming, so we'll be back with you on Friday. For Taylor Dahl, Tom McManus, RJ Saunders, I'm Lauren Brooks. Thanks again to the J Fund families for coming in, and keep it right here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Keep losing when you ought to not bet.